The next one's from someone.
From who?
Someone.
Who? Summer?
Someone.
Someone?
Yeah.
Is that what they call themselves?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on comedic belief?
What's my thoughts on comedic belief?
Yeah.
People are confused. What do you mean comedic belief? You'd have to tell me what comedic belief is. Do I believe that there was a land called Kemet? Yeah. What's a Kemetic belief? Are you talking about? Do you think you can expand on that at all?
Me? Oh no. When I hear Kemet from, I think of Callum and Gab still, and Sarah, and ancient Egypt and all of that, pyramids and all
what do I think about? Is he asking me what?
I don't know.
What's do I share their beliefs? What do I think about their beliefs?
In terms of Speaker's Corner, when most of the people them talk about Kemet, I thought they're talking about the philosophy. Even though it's vague anyway, because no one don't even really know what they're talking about. This
is the thing. So you play the game when you let them label you like that. Because what they're talking about is many different what do you call it? Schools of thought and sciences and they're just trying to bang it all together and they call you a Kemet. And I think Kemet is just a slang for black.
That's what
I think so. I think I don't know, man. What is my belief on what is my opinion on the Kemetic beliefs? Is that the question?
Yeah.
What is my opinion?
Your thoughts on Kemetic belief.
What's my thoughts on the Kemetic belief? Fam, am I just being an arsehole, fam? I don't know.
No, man.
I don't know.
Say specific, innit?
Yeah, what's my thoughts on Kemetic belief? I don't know, fam.
Like
there's some real, in Kemet, there was some real science, some real ingenious thought processes going on in there, and that's sick. Some original information came out of there, and I don't know really what else to say. Like, you're gonna ask me if I believe in Horus Osiris? What? I don't know. Like, it's a deep thing. Like, they've just got many philosophies, and there's some good things in there, like that you can take out. Like, if you study like Ma'at, if you study Ma'at, if you study like certain segments, you find jewels in it. But I don't know. I don't know if you're asking me whether I believe in it all as a whole or whether I conscribe. I don't know, fam.
See, no, man. So answer the question however it.
Yeah, say it there. Sorry, someone, fam. You gotta be like, when you're answering a question, yeah, especially when I don't get the chance to clarify it. Make your question potent for the next people. Make it clear, and all them long-winded questions, allow it, bruv. Because by the time you get halfway through the question, it's not that, man.
All right. Next one's from Shug1. He asks, can liberation of the people called blacks come without a violent revolution, or has peaceful resistance ceased to be practical?
I don't know. That's an opinion. Everyone's got their own opinion on that. I think personally, if you want to be free, and you make steps towards freeing yourself in whichever way, shape or form, if there's truly an oppressor, then that oppressor may have an issue with your want for freedom. So therefore, that's where I feel like I don't feel like in order to be free, there needs to be violence. I just feel like in the act of freeing oneself, the oppressor will enforce violence. That's what I feel. You get me? That's why these laws are set up the way they are. You get me? This is why they do things like Dunblane, and then they take all the pistols and stuff like that from England, because they come with their little false flag fuckery with their little Scottish Rite Freemasons up in Scotland doing their little sacrifices and that, and now the people them can't be armed. Imagine I got a knife and I'm telling you can't have a knife. You get me? If I can't have a knife, you can't have a knife. You get me? You're gonna tell the people you can't have a gun, but then you lot are running around with your big MP. Like, it's cool that you got one, but if you can be trusted to have one, then let everyone else have one. Otherwise, ban them all. There's no guns. Cause the only thing I see is, if the people don't have arms, if the people can't defend themselves against the so-called governing party, then ain't that like what you call it? What they always calling these Muslim countries dictatorship and tyranny and all them things there. That's what it is. But because the English people, the great British people are so sedated, they're arguing about who's Muslim and what the G Circle is doing, and they're not focused on these things there. Get me? So yeah, I feel like just wanting to be freedom, just wanting to have freedom ain't violent, and you don't need to be violent in order to be free. But as we see, when you try to free yourself, I see violence enacted. And I think they put that message out there on purpose as well. So you get the Malcolm X's, you get the Martin Luther Kings, you get the Panthers, you get all these people who are either physically assassinated or have their character assassinated all the time. Yeah, they put out they let you have these little rumor mills and these things of how this man never died unnaturally. The other day they've just released this thing about Bob Marley, and how long people been fucking saying that? Oh, they think that the man's on his deathbed admitting to poisoning Bob Marley. But it's bullshit. We know that we know what they've been doing from time. They just will have to expose themselves so they don't have to keep covering the lie because they're getting bored and they're so heavy in their plan. But we're all distracted, bruv. Let me.
You asked another one. Are there any groups you would absolutely not work with in terms of bringing about liberation?
Who would I not work with?
Are there any groups
I would not work with? Boy, I don't know, fam. I have to see an offer from a group first. You get me? I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not really aware of groups. Who are we talking about? Groups like EDL and them kind of people. I want to be working with racist people, or like I wouldn't be working with police. Like, you can count that group in there. You get me? If you want to chat about groups, yeah, police, feds, yeah, you know, I see me and them stand up. And I'm not, yeah, like my man said the other day as well, we don't take no awards, no OBE, no nothing. You can't, no one kneeling for no one, no, not me. So any group that means that I may have to be subservient or seem like I'm conforming to the
other side.
Seem like I'm conforming to the system, I won't be part of. Anyone that really wants to help or do something or help me or I can help them, I work with them. You get me? But the thing is, with working with people, what I've learned from studying certain man and listening to man like Respect and that, like when you mix with different people, then your ideologies and your policies start colliding, and some people want to start repping things that you're not repping because it's taking energy out of your thing. That's what they call infiltration, right? You get me? So I feel like when you're working with groups, the main thing is to make sure that you are focused on what you're doing. If they're facilitating or helping, cool. But it's no point picking up extra baggage and that's deterring you. It's good that two groups can get together and work on a common thing. But if that just means you lot are going to get caught up in arguing and red tape and red long, just do the work. If you're going to do it separately, do it separately. Just do the work, you get me? So, but yeah, I wouldn't work with feds. I wouldn't work with racist people. I doubt that racist people would want to work with me intentionally. Feds would probably want to work with man because they can subvert man's mission and make it seem like they had anything to do with it. But they've had long enough to try and help the people and prove it that they were actually genuine in any shape, way or form. And I just don't feel that, you get me? Obviously there must be good officers out there and like as in good people, good-natured people, but I don't really come across them on the majority. And unfortunately, just the way that we are judged on the majority or on the minority, they should be judged too. So, you get me? Until they cut out the rottenness out of their apple, we have to dash the whole apple, car. I'm not yamming it.
Next one's from Common Nightingale. He asks,
how did that end up turned all the way like that?
Like?
Mad.
On a 45 degrees from. Next one, he said, what's the inspiration for your track Pagan, and what message did you want to send?
When I looked at the definition of pagan, it meant anyone that did not conform to the monotheistic. Sorry, my bad. The monotheistic way of seeing the world. So, and it included spiritual beliefs of African origin. You get me? And so basically, if you wasn't a Abrahamic faith, then it was deemed as paganism, you get me? And there was burning man up and killing man up and rare. So I was on this thing that called me a pagan. What did I say? I was burning out on Masons, on anything. You can call me a pagan if you want, innit? Like, because really and truly, what's the opposite of pagan if you check it out? And that means like you're binded to one of the Abrahamic faiths, and that's not what I don't know, bro. That's just where I was at that time. So yeah, really to understand what the tune pagan was about, you have to understand that pagan was used to describe African belief systems. You get me?
Okay.
So yeah, because you lot believe in many gods or different gods, or you have relationships with nature and rare. They try to demonize that, and then they've mixed it up now. Now the next thing of pagan is an enemy and rare, and I get that slang changes. So that's what it means now. But at the time when I done it, I was putting that to its original context, pagan. So if you're lazy, you don't check the etymology of words or none of that, then you're lost. You get me? You come to realize how intelligent this weed smoking black man is. You get me? Because they come with their ab homonyms, and then they don't even understand, fam. You know what a pagan is? You shouldn't ask me what the. Listen to the tune. People are.
Stick a pin there on that last point you made about the weed smoking thing. Because the next one's from EBTV.
Why are you giggling before you say a man's name? He's moist.
Can't
He's a moist youth, bruv. Another youth, bruv. I kindly requested, I said, yo, bruv, do me a favour, fam. Leave me alone, innit? Drop me out, fam, because I'm not really feeling you. You move snaky, you stand around, man, skinning teeth, going on like we're cool, and you go behind on your little keyboard and start writing all these kind of obnoxious, weird kind of things, and you got obsession with, man. So, like, I see you everywhere, always commenting on man's things. Now a man's trying to do a little interview thing with my brethren, boost up the channel. He's giving me a little platform for me to, like, you know, have a little shine. You want to come and encroach and get your question read on the video. That shows how much you care about me, fam. I don't care about you, bruv. So your little question, I'm going to dash it away. Cause you idiot, bruv. You know, I'm not even answering no question of you.
I want to ask anyway still. As you can said, is it a good example for future leaders of the black community to smoke weed?
Who's a fucking future leader, bruv? You need to lead yourself. You're Somalian, man. You don't, fam, speak out about what going on in Libya, fam. As a Muslim, as a black Muslim, speak out about your black brothers being enslaved. Don't worry about what Jedi is doing, fam. You're a fussy. See what I'm saying about these youths, them? The man have got no moral code, no moral guidance system. They're lost, you know. I lost you coming to ask me about weed smoking. How many times have I told, man, I'm not a leader, fam. I'm not your leader. I smoke my weed. I want to smoke my weed. And what? Who are you? What do you do? Do something for yourself, innit? Because all I'm seeing coming from you, I don't go on your channel and like comment and da. All I'm seeing coming from you is an interest in someone that's not interested in you. You said the other day, this brother said the other day that he doesn't comment on things he can't change. He doesn't speak on things he can't change. Because this is his answer to why he's not spoken on Libya. Because he don't speak on things that he can't change. Yeah, so I'm saying, all right, cool. If that's the case, then don't speak on me then. Don't speak on G-Circle. You can't change me. Why are you involved in me? You don't want to waste your time. It shows that you got an infatuation, fam. You see what you could be if you just dropped your skirt and put on some trousers, fam. You see what you could be if you stood up for what you really believe in. If you was in touch with your people, but you're not. You're a selfish bastard and you're indoctrinated. And all you do is spend time online trying to wind up people and and then when you see them in the flesh, you're on some skin up thing like where man's cool and man's brethren. Like, you're a despicable human being, man. You disgust me. You should be ashamed of yourself as well, bro. Like I said, man, speak out against your brothers in Libya, yeah, getting treated like cattle. Speak out about them. From you give that much energy to that, then I will rate you, I respect you as a man, as a Muslim man. You should be an advocate, burning fire on it. You get me? But you're not on that. You're questioning Jedi. You're questioning Jedi and talking about weed smoke and the thing about you and this weed smoke thing is you make yourself seem so illiterate. Yeah, I see your comments talking about weed smoke and what you believe to be science is a fallacy, bruv. Yeah. What you believe it says it may cause this and it may cause that and fam, I bet more people died praying than smoking weed this year, bruv. Don't piss me off, bruv. You're gonna ban praying? More people died sleeping than off weed. Who's dying off weed, fam? Why are you worried about what another grown man is doing? I asked you, I saw you eye to eye. I said, are you a father? You said, yeah. I said, are you a husband? You said, yeah. I said, fam, I beg you, fam. Like, allow what you're on, innit? Like, allow me, innit? But nah, you want to keep antagonizing and poking with your dead questions. I don't get it, bruv. Like, I don't really get these weirdos, fam. Like, I'm disappointed you're asking me questions from these men. Not because the question is any good, it's because of who's coming from it. If someone asked me a question and said, what do you think the impact of like, you know, weed is like on I'll be like, do you know what, it's fuckeries. Like what they're putting in or what they're mixing the herb up with, genetically modifying. It's white guys that are doing it, and they're trying to pass it off as counterculture, and I don't think that it's right, the abuse of anything. But if a man wants to smoke his weed, I don't know what's in his Rizla, I can't judge him. Why are we so obsessed about a plant? Why are we so worried about a plant? And you got slaves, you got black men, yeah, as slaves, one ummah, your religion, one ummah, one community. You lot all hold the same beliefs. You lot are brothers in Islam, and they've got other Muslims like cattle hang upside down, and you're worried about whether black men should smoke a plant or ignite a plant or not. That's what your priorities are wrong, bruv. So I don't get I just really don't get it, bruv. You come across as a very strange individual, and I've asked you sincerely, bro, do you know what, bruv, leave me, I beg you leave me alone. I don't like you, fam. I don't like you, you're a weirdo, but you won't do that. Imagine I'm sitting there and I'm taking time out to actually have this interview, and it's extremely balanced TV, fam. Extremely biased TV. Proper weirdo, fam. These bands are weird. My spirit don't take to him enough, fam.
Yeah.
So,
Say nothing.
vile human, bro.
Next one. Marvin Majuni, if I pronounce your name right, pardon me. It says, I remember watching a video of you mentioning you used to rock Kemetic symbols, but you stopped because they had a negative effect on you. Would you mind expanding on that?
I never said that.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
So I think he's misconstrued, but I don't want to be a bastard, so I gotta help him out. What I said was, I used to rock certain symbols, like even like Jedi. My logo was JED, and then the Eye of Horus. I got Eye of Horus tattooed on me. Like, you know, I feel like I was just on my journey, innit, yeah? And I found something great within Kemet, and it empowered me. And to know say that they were black people was something at that moment that I took great pride in. And I'm not saying I don't have pride in it now and that, but now, as you grow and you learn, I'm more detached from these things. So even though I see the greatness and whatnot, I don't want to glorify it or idolize it. You understand? It's not. I don't want to turn it into some kind of religion for me, because that's not what it is for me. It's a great example and it's inspiration, but I feel like it stops there for me. Like, and you know, because I know there's other empires, and then at the same time, half of me is thinking, but any empire in my head, this is how I see things, it's Babylon. So I just feel like, because if I was on the ground, would I be like, oh yeah, the Pharaoh, oh my God, yeah, God bless the Pharaoh? Would I be like that? Or would I be like, oh, this Pharaoh is great, he's a pussy, you know, look how he's living and look how I don't know. And because of that, I can't just jump on, that's just me, innit? So I just felt like, it's just real, innit? I'm just real, man, that's it. I'm just real. Everyone does their thing, innit? I feel like big up Kemet and that. I wear, like, you know, I wear my onk if I want to wear my onk, because I like the onk, but it's not the same as before, where I was like caught up in it, and like that's what I try to look at, the bigger picture now. You get me? So like I say, Africa as a whole is not a land to be deified. It's your start base, or it's somewhere that you've been, and it's a legacy, and it's a history. But you are bigger than the landmass. You are bigger than the landmass. You're bigger than Kemet. You're bigger than you, because you are part of now, and you're part of everything. So you're bigger than all of that. So you have to find your personal journey, because you ain't gonna be Pharaoh, blah blah blah. You're gonna be you, and so just be you, innit? Be you and make it count. Bring that now. Build the pyramids now, in one way or another. You get me? That's what it's about, bruv. So too many people just, I think, hide behind symbols. I call them Hotep guys. Oh yeah, Hotep. They're just hiding behind symbols, but like, anyone can research history, innit? And try and live through. It's about us all trying to attain them heights. If you see it as heights, we need to be striving to attain them heights in any way, shape or form. But just looking back on something and just worshipping it, I feel like you just fall back into the same trap that you're bunning. You're bunning out a man for worshipping Jesus, and then you're gonna worship this next man or whatever. It's long. So yeah, man. So I go.
Next one from Slick T. He asks, if you wanted to or not, you've become an inspiration and a guide to a new generation. Says, do you think it's wise to be smoking on video? It doesn't seem to affect your cognitive abilities, but a lot of the youth are not so lucky. In fact, it impairs it. It stops them thinking properly. What do you think? Keep up the good work. Peace, brother.
Alright, cool. Like, I feel like maybe there is a belief that there's an epidemic of people dying from smoking weed. Because I'm not hearing man talking about whether they think it's a good idea for this man to talk about shooting up the club in his tune, or for this man to talk about red tear tear, or for David Cameron to talk about going and bombing these people. Like, that's violence, innit? Like, ain't that, who's setting the worst examples? You're not worried about whether people are smoking. Bruv, if you're smoking, smoke, fam, yeah? I'd rather you smoke than you smoke, man. Yeah? Because you're smoking each other, you're shooting each other, you're stabbing each other. I'd rather go smoke an ounce. Like, you think I care about smoke? Man's not here to be bothered about what habits other people are doing, fam, yeah? You're worried about man smoking and you're eating death. You're dying, you're microwaving up your food. Like, come on, fam. They're spraying shit in the air. And you're worried about what a man's smoking. You man, have got cancer and asthma and eczema. I don't have none of these things. So why are you worrying about, like, get me? And yet again, if you're worried about the examples for young black men, please stand up and be counted as one. Make yourself available. Because I'm not here to be an example to no one. I'm not an example. I'm someone that cares, that's going to stand up and try and be involved in anything that trying to make solutions. I'm not no one's example. I'm an ant. You know what I mean? I'm trying to link up with other ants so we can move some shit. That's it. So I don't know what to say. There's man that don't smoke. There's certain man that don't smoke. There's certain man that don't swear. There's certain man that's got short back and sides and you know, hazel eyes. There's man with a big afro that do all flagging and all kinds of things and eat fruit under a waterfall. There's all kinds of guys. You can go for who you want to go for, innit, yeah? You don't need to worry about me. As long as you listen to the message and stop concentrating on the messenger, then we could be moving forward. We're sitting there with all these holy books and we're arguing about this and that. It's a joke thing. You see the state of people's minds? They're lost souls, bruv. You come to ask me, you get a big opportunity to ask man questions and you want to ask man about role model, like, so you ain't watched nothing that I've ever done, because you know I'm burning fire on trying to be no one's role model. That ain't what this is. I think you're getting me misconstrued, fam. I'm not Andy Peters, bruv. You get me? I'm a black man that's concerned for the state of things that's going on, and I'm looking around saying, why you zombies don't care? What's happening? That's who I am. You get me? Everyone, share blood. Oh, well.
Next one from Chris Vilsey. Yeah, I might be murdering the people them names still, but that's how I got. Explain to the people your thoughts on people's certainty, and the ideas of knowing as opposed to just believing in someone's shit. Big ups, one. I don't know if you understood that.
Did you understand that? Yeah.
I think he meant when people are, explain why it's better to know something than just believe someone else's thing. That's what I understood from him.
Someone said today that the stuff you know, the stuff you know, the stuff you don't know, the stuff you don't know that you don't know, and the stuff that you don't know that you know. So he said there's four types of knowledge. For me, bruv, I just feel like you don't know nothing. You consume, mirror, man, stand up, I don't have beliefs, be like Eve, I don't, man, everyone busts up their head, but I feel like essentially it all comes down to belief, and this is the truth. What do you know? I don't know. What do you know for a fact? This is where you separate a man that actually wants knowledge and a man that's standing on ego and his paradigm is blinded. He can't look abstractly. Because what do you know? I say, okay, I know I'm sitting here, blah, blah, that's dead things. What do you know about reality or what? You don't know. You have ideas and you balance them out with what you see around you and what other people are saying, and you try to find some kind of somewhere to stand. But if it changes tomorrow, then you're flexible like water and you're willing to go wherever that takes you. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, bruv. So like I said, most of the people that say they know stuff, and they don't have beliefs. In fact, everybody's got a belief, or they just don't engage in them things. They don't waste their time pondering on them things there. But everyone's got a belief, whether you want it or not. You might not be religious, but you believe in science. You ain't tested out certain theories in the science that you believe in the science that you trust in or you think you know in. You get me? So it's a belief. Until, I don't know, fam. I don't know if you can ever really, how you just keep trying to prove something. Fam, it's a mad thing, fam.
Cool. Next one from Pence One. He asks,
Big up Pence, man.
what do you see in the future for yourself? Says, do you think you'll remain an activist? I ask this because sometimes the sense you're getting tired of it all.
Pardon me.
Sometimes the sense you're getting tired of it all. Being a man of action, you want to see results. Question mark. Do you want to see results?
I don't know. I don't think I'm an activist. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'd have to check out the definition of activist. I got some brethren that identify as activists, and I feel like I could be on the stuff that they're on. I'm definitely inspired by some of my friends, and so if that's what activism is, then I don't know. Yeah, I'm on it then. If it means just taking action, then yeah, I'm on action, and I do feel disappointed and disheartened from time to time with. I think he's assuming, like, when I'm down at the park, because, like, you know, I'm a very open person, and when I'm disinterested, like, I find it hard to hide that, and I don't even see the need to hide that. It just doesn't really interest me. I see Raven does it as well, you know. A man like Raves, like, a man will be chatting about something, and he's just like, you see it in his face, he's like,
Yo, Raven gives me joke.
Yeah, holler
like,
me when this bit's over.
Yeah, that's what he's on for.
So I feel like
before,
that's natural, especially when it just revolves around religion. It's exhausting, man. It's exhausting. And sometimes, yeah, all the chatting, and I might just be having personal issues, you get me? There might be other things. Try to be a well-rounded being, so sometimes it is just what it is. Like, Jeds just ain't in the mood. Jeds is tired, Jeds has got issues, Jeds, you know? Yeah, me, man.
Next one from Etopen Moore. They ask, when you're talking about black unity, including all of Africa, or it talks about a particular group, you will know there is East, West, South, that everyone has his own character.
So you're going to have to read that again. Sorry, my brother. Please, can you read that again, please?
I don't know why. They written nuts still. I don't think English is their first language. It says, when you talk about black unity, I think they meant, are you including all of Africa? Or are you just talking about a particular group from East, West, South, or...
But I don't know. Me personally, 'cause, like, I think he's talking like about Pan-Africanism and that. Yeah, I never really claimed to be a Pan-Africanist, even though I believe that it'd be a good thing for all like-minded people to unite. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you're not from Africa and you're from Indonesia, or you're from what do they call them people? The Aborigines and that in Australia, and you feel like you want to unite with a man that heritage is from Zimbabwe or heritage is from Nigeria, then yeah, that's what I call black people uniting. If you want to identify yourself as black or melanated or whatever, there's so many labels. I'm just saying people that are oppressed or people that see injustice uniting. So if that fits you, then unite, innit?
Next one from Ryu Panther. He asks, how do you think we can reach our youth better?
How can we reach our youth better?
Yeah.
I think one major element is actually taking time to learn their language or the language that they've adopted, yeah, and learn how to speak to them in relatable terms, yeah, not patronizing them, not demonizing them, but trying to understand them, and I feel like bridging the gap between generations is something that is really important. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, as in, so that young people have got a wealth of yeah, I feel like the best way to reach the youth is to learn their language. I mean,
Give me one sec, let me change this. I only got a few more questions left. Alright, we live again, we live.
alright, cool.
Next one's from Dominic Shaw. He asks, are you familiar with anarchist theory? Do you think it's relevant to what you hope to achieve?
I think I looked into some anarchist something, because someone said I was a
Anarchist.
intellectual anarchist, and I think on a whole, not even on a whole, I'm lying, but from the definition that I saw in the dictionary, briefly looked upon it, I thought, I could identify with calling myself or being labelled as an anarchist. But at the same time, the label is what it is, man. I don't know. Do I identify as an anarchist or with them? It is what it is, man. I don't know. I feel like, for what it means, me personally, I feel you may need a level of that, of anarchy, if that's the word. It sounds so strong, innit?
Yeah.
Like, anarchy.
You know the Sex Pistols songs. I am an anarchist. I am an antichrist. You know that?
He's saying he's the Antichrist?
Yeah. He's on some next thing.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Banana
It's not really
Queen.
on my playlist still. I don't really listen to them, man. But you can lend me when you're done with it.
That man's popular, what's it called? Yeah, ain't ashamed, fan. That man's popular UK culture back in the day still. Punk rock, punk ska.
I know who the Sex Pistols is.
Yeah.
I know what the guy looks like.
Johnny Rotten.
I remember he said, God save the Queen. But he's
Fascist
dissing the
regime.
Queen in the song, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fascist regime.
Okay, yeah. But
yeah.
I just think of his face. His face just looks weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
we covered that, yeah?
Yeah. Silver Star. This might be the last one still, depending on if you long it out.
That's a long it out, you know? Yeah.
Yes. What's your position on the Sarah saga and other anti-Muslim characters who associate themselves with the black nationalist movement? Thanks.
What's my thoughts on Sarah?
What's your position on the Sarah saga and other
The
anti-Muslim?
Sarah saga. Man, I feel like he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be threatened. If there's a threat to stab him or whatever, he shouldn't be threatened. I feel like he should take some. He should have and should and still can, like what you was mentioning to me about maybe, or it made me think that maybe have some more consideration sometimes for people's sensitivities. Doesn't mean censor yourself, but maybe be more prepared or more aware for diverse kind of responses, as people have shown you. Now they've set the precedent and shown you from like how people respond to you. Is what it is, man. But like, man, that shit's none of my business, man. I just feel like I just said I wouldn't be standing there and watching any man doing him anything or whatever. But at the same time, he's a big man, and I'm sure this is not the be all and end all of what he's about. You get me? So I'm sure there's much more stuff that he wants to be doing and will be doing in the future. So hopefully, man can just move forward and stop and focus on what he wants to do. Like whatever his mission is, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
All these little sagas and dramas, like don't get me wrong, like they can entertain and that, but they're still distractions, and they're things that make people look at things like debating and whatever. It's just a distraction because there's no knowledge. Well, there is knowledge. I can't even say that there's not knowledge. Because man, then bring knowledge still.
Practical knowledge.
I don't know, bruv. I just feel like I'm on something, innit? Like something that I feel like maybe there's some meaning behind it. Do you know what I mean? And I just hope that everyone else is doing what has meaning to them. You know what I'm trying to say? So rather than me judge or say anything to me, I'm trying to learn that, because like I said, I'm an opinionated guy and I have opinions on that. But I have an internal thing where I try to balance myself and try not to be judgmental of people too much. I've been judgmental in the past, so in the past I might have had a lot more to say about the Sarah saga. And it's not, I don't know whether it's fair that it's just Sarah's name that gets mentioned and it's not anyone else's that is involved, because Sarah ain't in the saga with himself, is he? So they should be mentioning other people as well to make it clear on what they mean. But,
Well, they said, I'm assuming they're Muslim still, because they said, and other anti-Muslim who try to associate themselves with the black unity movement or something.
The black national what? I don't even know what the black national movement is, and anti-Islamic. I mean, them man are anti-religion, not just anti-Islamic. The man and you can't just say he's just anti-Islamic. Do you know what I mean? He's anti-religion. He's anti-Abrahamic religion, to be precise. So, like, it's easy to paint it in a certain way, and don't get me wrong. I'm sure that he does contribute to that picture, but there's other ways to look at it where you don't have to take everything so personally. And even if he's like, I don't have an opinion on man. I just feel like this. They asked, I don't have an opinion. I just feel like every man to do their thing and every man to focus on what they're doing. You get me? And I feel like that's a more comfortable stance for me than ever before. Rather than spend all this energy, it feels liberating. Like, you get me? To not really, I don't know, fam.
Alright, next question, man.
I'm not gonna ban him out. If man wants me to ban him out, I'm not gonna ban him out, and I'm not gonna condone certain things he said either. So it is what it is. He's a man, and you know, every man live and die by their actions. I don't even know. I just made that up. Live and die by their actions, or judge by their. I don't know. I made that up. Sounded good, but it don't make no sense. Live and die by their actions. You was getting along with it as well until I questioned it.
Fam, what do you mean I was getting along?
You was getting along with it, fam.
What was I doing?
I don't know, fam. I just you
Fam,
look like you understood.
I'm watching the zebras on the screen to make sure you're in focus.
I was seeing, say no more.
You ain't exposed wrong, you hear me?
Yeah, fam.
Next time.
Go on,
you done with that? You done with that?
Nah, I'm good, fam.
Oh, yeah. Cause sound like you wanna sit there and talk about Sarah forever still.
Yeah, eat it, man.
Next one's from Gaps, A-Town. Yeah, so what's your opinion on freedom of speech?
What is my opinion on freedom of speech?
That's a good segue still. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just, I don't know. Everyone's entitled to say what they want, and everyone's entitled to say what they want. Bear in mind, people will react in any way they want. Not saying that the way they react is going to be right or just or fair or what you would expect, but it is a human reaction to, it's another symptom of free will to be able to react how you want to react. So that's all I would say about that. So like, you got to be mindful, because I feel like people will say this freedom of speech thing, it's cool. You can say all manner of foulness in the name of freedom of speech, but if it's not constructive, if you're not getting nothing out of it, then what is that? It's just, what is that for? You know what I mean? So like, you know, like race hate and all them kind of things, you do have the right to say what you want to say, innit? Like, but then it's down to people to be able to say, but look how this is bullshit, dissect it, debunk it, or whatever, do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man, freedom of speech, boy, I feel like it's a weird concept, because we just talk, innit? It was never, I don't know. But someone's always going to be offended with what you say, and someone's always not going to like, there's always someone that's not going to like what you say, innit? Mm-hmm. But I suppose they're allowed, just as long as you're allowed to say it. But then man will say, yeah, but then I'm allowed to say I love kids. You know, like, you know, this is how they try to warp it. Yeah, see, like freedom of speech, like, yeah, I'm allowed to, like, for instance, I'll give you an example, yeah. You know, they're doing this thing now where they're like, yeah, all right, you're having a meeting and you're doing a Bible verse, yeah, and because you open it with a Bible verse, we need freedom for everyone. So I'm gonna come down and do a Islamic verse or whatever. It's like everyone's cool. Then the next one's coming down saying, yeah, I'm a Satanist and I want to do a Satan verse, and you have to now, because everyone's allowed to say their thing, this freedom of speech. Now, people are feeling some kind of way about that, like, nah, I'm not really feeling this. But this is really, in essence, what they're trying to manipulate. You get me? Freedom of speech, and then you get so free that people start saying all kinds of outlandish stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like freedom of speech has been under attack from time, and I feel like it's just an illusion, to be fair. It's an illusion. Yeah, you say what you want to say, but if someone actually wants to do something about it or make you pay for it, they will, and they have many a times for people speaking out against injustice. You can see that when we say freedom of speech, that speaking out cost them. So it weren't free, was it? It was costly. You get me? Freedom of cost or costly speech. That's what we should call it. It's not even freedom of speech or free.
I think that's what the whole meaning of freedom of speech is, though. Like that you should be able to say anything without any
it costing you
consequences.
nothing.
Yeah.
But we know that's not true. Well, I don't believe that's true.
Yeah.
In some circumstances, yeah, cool. You can say the most outlandish things. In other times, in other places, they're trying to crucify you for simple words, even for a mistake or for something that you do not believe anymore. They hold you to ransom of it because you've once stated it, as if human beings don't change their minds or learn or evolve. Do you know what I mean? Upgrade their information. So yeah, like freedom of speech. I feel like everyone should be free to say what they want to say, but I also feel like it's imperative to have a balanced head and heart and try and do things for the right reasons rather than for the reason of insulting or harming or embarrassing, or do you know what I'm trying to say? Or antagonizing, passively, aggressively. Yeah, trying to antagonize man and that. Freedom of speech. Say what you want to say, man. Say what you want to say.
This might be the last one still. This might be the last question. It's from the same brother. I need to change the memory card for it though still, because we've got 3 minutes left.
Quickly then.
It might go on for a while still, I don't know.
Tell you that.
Yeah. From the same brother still, he says, what's your issues with Ali Dawa?
I don't know issues with Ali Dawa, man. I've got issues with Ali Dawa.
Yeah.
I ain't got any issues with him. Right, answer the next question. Let's fill up this time, man.
Yeah, that's it, done. Alright, this is, who inspires you the most and why?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure I'm inspired by any one person the most, more than anyone. I don't know. And I don't want to say like the cliche thing of, yeah, I inspire myself. I aim to inspire myself. But I'm inspired by all sorts of people. There's so many great people that I've met through life and have been involved in my life and whatnot. So like, and even people that, you're even inspired by like people you didn't like even enemies, and that can inspire you to do better and whatever. So, but like if there was one person that stands out the most, I'd struggle, to be honest, and that's totally honest. I struggle to pick one person.
Yeah.
That was the greatest, that's the biggest inspiration in my life. I don't really have a person like that still. I feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna be real, I feel like myself. Yeah, I feel like I'm my biggest inspiration, because even when I fuck up and I look back, that inspires me to do better, or if I do well, or if I do something that I enjoy, it inspires me to do more, and like even testing myself and seeing me arise to certain challenges and stuff like that, pushing my boundaries, and that inspires me to do better. So I think I take the most inspiration from myself, to be fair, but I am heavily inspired by other people around me. Get me, man, them, friends, family, babies, all sorts. They inspire me still. You inspire me still, you inspire me. Get me.
Respect. Yeah. Next one from J. Choi Barton. Yeah, so where you see yourself in 5 years? Thanks for considering.
I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. I don't look 5 years into the future, fam. I don't. So I couldn't honestly. I'd be making something up, and it wouldn't honestly be genuine, because I say that I'm in a place in my mind where I don't really think about. I can't really conceptualize 5 years time, because I understand that we're at the mercy of change and the unknown and stuff like that. So I can't even wrap my head around what 5 years time could hold for me, because I know that so much can change in 1 year. I know so much can change in a month. You feel me? So it's a very, I know it sounds simplistic, like it sounds like a simplistic question, but I feel like for me to sincerely and specifically answer that, it would be an immense task and probably an impossibility, because I don't know. I don't know. If I'm simply put, I don't know. Hopefully healthy, alive, and in a state of progression. You get me? Yeah.
Boy, that's it, you know. Unless there's anything else that you saw. Don't know if you watched the thing. Yeah, I know you did watch it still. Car, you responded to EBTV and one of them still and told him to fuck off.
Told him to fuck off.
Yeah. And he said save it for the interview.
Do you know what though? Like, to be honest, yeah, I don't wish him no ill harm or nothing like that. Yeah, like I just feel like, in all honesty, I don't have the energy to keep responding and or like to have this back and forth, or I don't even have the desire to have that kind of relationship or interaction with him or any other people like that. Like, if I'm honest with you, yeah, I've made comments before and yeah, blah blah blah. But in truth, wholeheartedly, I'd rather you lot just do your thing and I do my thing. Like I won't comment on your stuff. We should all be focusing on bigger and better things, innit? And we do have a common enemy. And if you ever come around to that way of thinking and understanding that there's a common enemy and that I am not the ops and the ops don't look like me, then we probably have some common ground to do something other than what, I mean, because the jibes and the back and forth and whatever, I can be childish too, you get me? We all got them elements. I can be childish, I can be drawn into these things and dissing, man, and I'm not gonna go on like I'm holier than thou. Right now, I'm just not in that headspace where I'm really trying to entertain anything that ain't progressive in my eyes. So that's for me. So that's why I kindly request that someone would just respect that. Look, I really have no interest in interacting with you. I literally will do whatever it takes to not have to interact with you and keep it moving so I can better focus my energy, especially someone like EBTV, like, because it's pointless. Man's not gaining nothing from it. I'm not gonna gain nothing from it. If he is gaining something from it, it's one-sided. So I'd just rather allow me, bro, man. Allow me, man. Shit gets real old real quick, man. You get me? And I think we're all better than that. We're all grown-ups and that, and like, we should just keep it moving.
Yeah, that's still.
Do some shit, man.
Yeah, that's still. Boy, anything you want the camera to know, anything you want the people to know who's watching this before a man cut the thing out?
Nah, please try to support the guide in the new generation, man. Them hit up the Gang Unite TV on Instagram, Gang Unite TV on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Content over everything. You know, Respect Official, Slip Rick VCLS. Big up man like Rat Raven. And yeah, man, gang. There's a lot. You get me? I just encourage people, just, you know what, fam, like, to be totally honest, fam, just find something that you're motivated, find something that moves you. If you get a feeling, act on it, and let's try and separate the people that just want to complain about things or whatever, and people that want to just try and do something somewhere, somehow, like, you get me? Because I feel it's important that we understand that each individual makes a difference, you get me? And self-empowerment is ultimately what my message is. People will say, yeah, what are you about? And really, it's self-empowerment. So it's not an example or we should all do this or all do that. There might be someone over there that has the answer of what we should all do. I'm still telling man to empower themselves, you get me? I'm not trying to stand in the way of truth or reality. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm just not saying, I'm not letting I don't want other people's narrative to keep controlling the way we perceive that. You get me? So yeah, man, that's really the last thing I really want to say. Thank you, Content Over Everything, providing a platform, filming sick debates, get me, like, and not just debates, man, like, you're just expanding your portfolio still. I can see the movement still, and like the way you set up your thing, and yeah, man, Like I said, inspirational. You feel me, brother?
Bless her, bless her, bless
And
her.
that's that, man. Yeah, subscribe to Content Over Everything, man.
Respect.
Yeah, man. I've had fun ranting. This has been Sincere and Specific. My name is Jedi. Gang, 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 gang.
Guiding a new generation.
Guiding
Yeah.
a new generation. Guiding.
Alright, go yard now. Yeah.